What's up? Good evening. You're listening to another episode of Taking the Over. I am Gunn, joined as always by the T Man Among Boys on this, the official sports wagering podcast of Boot Crew Media. And tonight, T, I'm very, very excited to be joining everybody and to be talking about something that we're going to be doing in the fall when the NFL season gets here. Because don't forget, from day one, this is an NFL wagering podcast. All this money we win you on the other sports, that's just lanyap. That's just a little something extra. We're really going to shine when we get to the NFL season this year because that's what we do. And so we're introducing the NFL Cappers Challenge, the Taking the Over NFL Cappers Challenge this year when the NFL gets here. 18 weeks of gambling exertion where you're going to show. We'll see. We'll see who the best cappers are. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Doing well. Couldn't find the mute button. It's always hiding on you. Doing well. Yeah, excited to talk about the Cappers Challenge. Excited that I didn't have to shave.
Look at that beard.
Not so excited about how last night's game went, but it's a whole different story.
Go Rangers. A little setback in game one, but that's to be expected. They came back from behind. They were 3-1 down against the Penguins.
I think I mentioned it last show that they've done it before, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that they do it again.
You smartened me up on that was going to happen, and it did, just like you said. Well, we've been hot lately, man. I mean, we've been hitting bets lately. Not to tout or anything like that, but like tout it out, man. We've been doing it, dude. Put your glasses on. It's time to get to work. That's what we fucking do, man.
We're real lunch pail guys.
We're lunch pail guys. What we do is we gamble successfully, and we win money, and we have fun doing it. Not during the football season. And the football season's a grind. It's real work. That's why we're doing an NFL challenge this year. Okay, so the way it's going to go is like this. If you're a listener of the show, if you're a fan of the show, you're open to participate. If you've ever been a guest on the show before, we've had a lot of good guests on this show over the last couple of years. You are more than welcome to participate. We want you to participate because we want to see like what gambling personalities, what Twitter personalities, what like people that are, smart about football. We want to see what they got in a gambling environment that's going to be highly regulated, like highly watched. We're going to make sure I got a lot of time during the day, dude. And you do too. You're a smart guy. You know how to work a spreadsheet. And so we'll have a spreadsheet that's transparent. Everybody can look at it all season long. And it's going to be a little bit different because we're fucking professionals. We know what we're doing, and we're not going to go pick 5 games. We're not going to go pick 5. We're not going to say like pick 5 totals. We're going to give you 5 units every week, 5.0 units every week. Do what thou wilt.
Love it.
And we're going to record the show. I don't think we said this yet to the audience yet on the show. When NFL season gets here, we're moving to a twice-a-week format on Taking the Over. We're going to record our regular Wednesday night show, and then we're also going to do a very short 10 to 15-minute show on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Time.
There may be even some on-location Sunday mornings.
Holy mackerel. There's a Taking the Over meet and greet for a road game this year. We've it's a tough season. Like you take London out of the equation because London trip is obviously an ideal. But dude, if I'm spending $3,000, like the family's going to Orlando. You know what I mean? Like I can't spend that.
Try like 8 or 10 grand for that trip.
Yeah. I figured I could do it for 3. I figued out a way to 3.
You'd paddle
if it was just me
there
for one person.
They were recreating that Mayflower actually, but in reverse. See if it worked the other way.
That airfare was like $1,200. But anyway, we've had to find another road game. Dude, the road games are tough to find and attractive. I really wanted to go out west to the Arizona game, but that's on a Thursday night.
Before you get into this,
what?
We should break down what makes a perfect road game destination.
Oh, well, you want to go to a decent fucking city.
I think a centrally located stadium is important too, so you don't have to rent a car or
Yeah,
Uber to your car.
well, I'm okay renting a car. Rent a
But
car's fun sometimes.
but
If we went to Phoenix, I'd definitely rent a car.
yeah, because the
I'd
game's
spend
in
like zero time in Phoenix except for the
yeah.
Sunday of the game.
Well, I think the stadium is in Glendale,
Glendale. Yeah.
which is like a half hour from Phoenix.
Even better. Good. Because I probably fly into Tucson. You know what I mean? Rent a fucking car. And the drive, like, oh my God, there's so much good shit to do out there. But it's a Thursday. We're not fucking with that. We landed on Pittsburgh, which I'm really not excited about. And
Well,
you live like 2 hours from there, and I can
two
tell you're not
hours
excited about it.
in a Concorde jet, maybe it's like an 8 hour
Oh,
drive. I'd fly.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's gonna drive
A
through
2 hour flight.
New
That's not
York
bad.
and
The
all
flight
of
is probably
Pennsylvania.
cheaper than the drive. And
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, it's just where we landed. Pittsburgh it is. I've been to Pittsburgh that time of year. There's fucking snow on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Whole different world.
Whole different world.
I like Charlotte
Um,
as a city. Actually, Charlotte is good.
I,
Centrally located stadium. You can walk everywhere. It's good for a short amount of time.
it's a second choice. And there'll be time for that. There's gonna be years when Charlotte is the choice.
Anywhere but
I'm
Jacksonville.
oh, Jacksonville's pretty shitty.
That was not a
Yeah,
fun game.
it's pretty shitty. Yeah, Jacksonville's shit town, bro.
What's worse, Jacksonville or Birmingham?
Oh fuck, that's hard. Birmingham has the USFL.
You
Jacksonville
know,
does not.
true. I've been pulling our metrics for the show, and I can break it down by location. And Birmingham is actually our number one market. You've just been trashing them for weeks.
They're sadists like that. They're everybody there is like a submissive. That's what they like.
Moving on.
Moving on. I was gonna say the challenge: 5 units a week. In fact, you'll have 90 units for the season, right? Because that's easy math. You just multiply 18 times 5. But you're only going to use 5 a week. And the Sunday show is going to be like a prop show, like last stop before the games, and we'll have fun. We can revisit bets from earlier in the week, but it'll be very clear. Get your bets in by fucking kickoff. Like if it's a real bet, if it's an offered bet, you can take it. And we're gonna see how you do.
Yeah,
You
and you
fucking
can come
crazy
in.
ass multi-leg same game parlays if you want. That's fine. We're gonna
Yeah,
bet. I'm gonna show. It's gonna be an education for all of us.
it's gonna be humbling for many.
I'm gonna show motherfuckers how to gamble,
You put it
literally and
in a different
figuratively.
way. Yep.
I've got my eyes on a few people.
I propose that whoever has the best week in our little standings has the option to come on the show the following Sunday and talk shit, or the following
Oh, there's an
Wednesday.
open fucking seat for them. Anybody in the top spot every week, whoever winner of the week. And like I said, because of the format we're using, you'll have like cumulative wins and losses over in another column, and that's gonna be the most important column. You're cashing in and cashing out every week, but there's a running tally, like you should. You should cash out occasionally.
Are you going to do 18 straight weeks of 5-unit Cooper Cup overs? That's your strategy.
I didn't say that. I mean, I'm not tipping my hat to anything. I've got a strategy. I mean, I win. All I know is I kill it in the NFL, and you can't fuck with that.
That's no fucking here. I swear.
And you're not bad yourself.
Different approaches. More than one way to skin a cat.
Hey, you took a fucking under on the Pro Bowl, so
Maybe that's just psychological warfare in preparation for this contest.
I hope you
8
knew this
months ago.
contest was coming. It came to you in a dream, and you said, "I'm gonna take an under on the Pro Bowl." That's the best explanation I've heard so far. Beard looks good. Like I said, I'm excited. Get at me. I want to start putting the list together. We're gonna have a spreadsheet. It's gonna be super easy. We've got a Discord. There's no financial commitment. It's bragging rights. It's highly monitored. And it's going to show you true gambling. When I say I'm going to teach motherfuckers how to gamble, I don't just mean I'm going to show you how to win. I'm going to just show you inherently in the process it's going to be good. I want people that know what they're doing, too. There's a few out there. Like, there's people that I think are really smart.
We have a request from the fans who want to know if we can get a turtle, pick it on that spreadsheet.
Absolutely. I think we could get a turtle. I mean, we can reach out to Rob Pizzola.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, a couple different ways. Talk to him or his turtle. It's funny all those Ben the Better videos are looking at little ponds, little like little new neighborhood ponds where turtles might congregate. Um, you ready to get into some I don't know, tip off for the game tonight, that's airing tonight? Take the over. Heats, Celtics, take the over. Over was 204 game 1. Way went to like 218. That was an easy one. They adjusted, bumped it up 2 points. It's now, last I saw, it was like 207. It's now up 3 points from game 1. But these teams are going to score. That's an easy over. And I also like a little bit of Celtics money line tonight.
I went Celtics plus the points just in case it's the last second bucket or something. But
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry's not playing, I don't think. And when he plays, he's like an under machine. So when he's out, for some reason, opens up the offense a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the other thing too, like NHL playoffs are going on, and we dedicated a whole show to NHL playoffs last week. And I think you said it right. Like I was going nuts for overs in round 1, and you said last week, watch out for totals and overs in round 2 because the under's coming, and boy is it, right? And I haven't really got too involved with it. Like I think I tried like one game taking the over in the second round of the NHL. Nope. Just kind of need to take a sit back and not bet the total in round 2 of the NHL.
Yeah, it's a little unpredictable now. Next round, it's gonna be even more unders. Just as it moves along,
Right.
game just tightens up with the stakes. So
The finals is like 3-1.
yeah, 3-2 a lot of times, something
3-2.
like that.
You ready to talk about some NFL win totals for the season? Regular season NFL win totals. I know we talked about the Saints win total at length a couple weeks ago. And that advice still stands, and we're really not going to spend a whole lot of time on the Saints win total, which on DraftKings, which everything is going to be DraftKings tonight. Use code BOOT. If you're a new customer, if you don't have DraftKings Sportsbook account, make sure you use code BOOT, and you'll get all kinds of goodies and free money. We're using DraftKings tonight for their NFL win totals, which are still up. And I honestly have looked around; they have the best odds. I've seen some really bullshit odds out there at other books, um, you know, and the Saints were minus 110 at 8 flat 2 weeks ago, and they're minus 130 after everything that's happened with the draft and the free agency signings of former LSU Tigers. So, like I said, we don't even need to talk about that, but let's start with the NFC South. Starting with the team that's going to come in second in the NFC South this year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, Tampa Bay won 13 regular season games last year. 11.5 is their total this year. The over on that is just straight up plus money. And the under on 11.5 for Tampa Bay this year is minus 120. It's a tough one. I think this is the year that Tom Brady stops taking the magic bullshit performance enhancing drugs that we don't even know the names of yet. And I think he starts to appear more normal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I would go under there for sure. Not even out of pettiness or spite, but
Under 11.5? Because I
yeah,
mean, like they're down a game and a half from last year.
they're gonna make the wild card. Not gonna win the division, obviously.
You think 11 or 10 wins or less
I
than
would
that?
say they sneak in as the last wild card with 9-8, with a 9-8 record.
Wow, I like it. I like it. Well, I mean, they're gonna get some decent opportunities at wins because we've got Atlanta and Carolina in the South as well. Atlanta, who won 7 games last year with Matt Ryan, is looking at 5 this year. Now the over on that is incentivized to plus 120. The under on Atlanta 5 this year is heavily juiced with a vig of minus 140. Goodness gracious. What are they
Stay away.
trying to do with us? Yeah. Yeah. I stay away too. God, I didn't realize Atlanta won 7 games last year. Good job, Atlanta. Carolina, who won 5 last year, is looking at 6 via DraftKings. Over on that, it's plus 105. The under is vigged up to minus 125. I don't really give a shit about Carolina. I mean, there was that weird Sean Payton flirtation last week, and then the Drew Brees joke, and I was like, let both of those motherfuckers go to Carolina. They'll be worse off.
It sounds like a push to me. I think 6 is a fair number. I don't really see value on either other side. How are they better than last year? And last year they were god awful.
Yeah. Yeah. A division that's going to be a lot of fun is the NFC West, because you've got, of course, the defending Super Bowl champion Rams of Los Angeles there. Rams, 12 regular season wins last year. Vegas has the Rams at 10.5. Pretty honest line on this. The over's minus 110 and the under's minus 110 for the Rams to win 11 games next year. I see a little bit of value in the Rams there. I really do.
What's the number?
10.5. Coming off a Super Bowl. They won 12 last year. And I picked the Rams preseason future last year as well. And it was like 10.5. This is a 12-win team. They're really good. They got a lot. I mean, they got that win now philosophy, and it worked. They're coming off a Super Bowl championship.
I feel like the rest of that division is kind of overhyped too.
Well, I mean, Arizona, you want to talk about a fall from grace. Arizona won 11 games last year. They're at 8.5. And the over on that is a nice even money. And the under on that is vig to minus 120. That was actually one of the most, like, Vegas and Satan thinks these motherfuckers are going down. Like, and I get is it all just you've got a suspension to DeAndre Hopkins. Is it just also just the little man, the quarterback, has kind of got people scared?
Yeah, I would say that's part of it. This to me reads like one of those years where they just have an absolute collapse, and then Cliff Kingsbury's gone, and they're doing a kind of a rebuild.
God, it's weird. You got an unhappy quarterback, and all they've done is try to load the cupboard with receivers for him. And a coach, an offensive-minded coach. God, that's just an interesting. That's a volatile. I mean, like, to go from 11 wins last year, they're at 8.5 this year, whew, and they're teasing you towards the over at just even money. Seattle's interesting. They went from Russell Wilson to is it Drew Lock
or Geno Smith?
His name?
Whoever wins the quarterback competition.
Jesus. Oh my goodness. Seattle won 7 games last year. They're at 5.5 now. Over is vigged up to minus 140. The under is plus 120. Hi. Sounds
Taking
like
the under. Right.
Good. That's good plus money bet there, man. What are they fucking doing? But then you also think, like, Carroll could just pull some magic out of his ass. I think they're only going to win 5 games. They're going to go 5-12.
What's their schedule look like? The only thing I can think of is it's a really easy schedule. I know they play the Saints, probably the NFC South as a whole.
Oh, well, they're going to, I mean, it's 2 wins there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's like a battle of teams that have no quarterback. Seattle doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Atlanta doesn't have a quarterback. Carolina doesn't have a quarterback.
I would only take the over if they played the Jets 7 times.
Jets also don't have a quarterback.
Exactly my point. Yes, I'll
There's a lot of teams without a quarterback. We're going to get into that as we move through this list.
Yes, we have 3. 3.5 if you count Drew Brees' ghost.
49ers. Drew Brees' ghost. The ghost of Drew Brees' sense of humor. I do want to say it was pretty prophetic of us to talk about Tom Brady resetting the salary, the market for the retired Hall of Fame quarterback broadcaster club, and then Drew Brees kind of like tossing a holdout, floating rumors through his Twitter.
Still competing even after their
Still
death.
competing. Yeah. 49ers won 10 games last year. There's still some confusion. Is Garoppolo going to play? Are they going to? It's going to be Trey Lance. Or are they shipping out Garoppolo? 10 games is the projection again this year. The over is plus 110. The under is VIG to minus 130. I think if goodness, and you got Deebo Samuel does not want to be running the ball. He doesn't want to take the hits of a running back and not get paid like a, top receiver.
Under. Fuck the 49ers. They
I
get
think your
overhyped
bias
every
is
year.
I think your bias is showing. The NFC East, which shit division. Boy, I love hearing people talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, I read a profile, somebody doing the same thing on The Athletic today, and it was maybe the worst thing I've ever read there, and I let them know because I think it's a great publication. Eagles 9.5. They won 9 last year. The over's minus 120. The under is even money, 100. I don't want to touch it. I mean, it really feels like the NFC East is an enigma. Like, I don't see value here. So far, I only see value in the Saints and the Rams so far. Eagles 9.5, man. They're gonna win more games or less games than last year.
I don't know. Don't touch it again. They're one of those unpredictable teams, and the NFC East is so bad that you can kind of count for at least one division win, if not two. They could upset someone that's cold, playing a West Coast team and Philly in the cold in December. I feel like they beat us a lot doing that. But I would still do the under, I think. 9.5 is a steep number for them.
It is. And things could go shitty pretty fucking easily for them.
Sure can.
I don't see the value there. Giants taking a big leap. Giants who won 4 games last year, and I think they acquitted themselves very well in the draft. Satan thinks so too. The books have them at 7 this year, going from 4 to 7. The New York Giants. The over is plus 110. The under is VIG to minus 130. I gotta tell you, I mean, early season last year, the Giants came into the Superdome and beat the Saints, and it was one of those games where like nobody really made a whole lot of mistakes. Like there weren't any There was one turnover right before halftime. The Giants just beat the Saints that day, and it was crazy. They figured out the Saints defense, and it was insane. And you were like, they have all the DNA of a not bad football team. Because I don't think Jones is as bad as the rest of the world thinks he is. And if Saquon Barkley's healthy, he's Saquon Barkley. And they had Tony last year, who really tore us up in that game in New Orleans. I don't know. I mean, and they did well in the draft. I don't know, man. It's a jump. Like, I'm not touching that one. I don't see the value there because it feels like the rest of the world is thinking, oh, yeah, Giants are going to 7. Whew.
So?
I got nothing for it. I'm not taking it. I'm laying off that one. What about you?
I would say under. They haven't shown me anything to make me think they're any better than that. But still, the Giants just still has that like stench of poor management that lingers. That to me, it's just under or nothing.
I didn't realize the Cowboys won 12 games last year, the regular season. 12-5. Good old Cowboys. This season, they're at 10. And very honest, overs minus 110, unders minus 110. on 10 flat for a Cowboys team coming off 12 regular season wins last year. They've got a coaching problem, you know, and it looks like everybody that's deciding these things thinks that they're 2 games less better than they were last year. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I love to watch the Cowboys lose. Um, that is just it's a shitty division. That's one of these very few like -110, over and under split even standard VIGs on these, man. They're not trying to push anyway. And the Cowboys get action. They get betting action. There's a lot of the public that's betting the Cowboys. What do you think, T?
Stay away. I mean, this is one of those ones like you mentioned. There's so much action on it that you don't want market to impact it or rely on the market to make a decision. Unless it's so even both sides, it's a truly good number. I don't know. If there's more Cowboys. Would Cowboys haters take the time to make the under bet, or would Cowboys fans take the time to make the over bet?
I'm not making either.
Okay.
It's funny because you just like I said, you look at the NFC East as a whole, and you got the Cowboys who won 12 last year, the Giants who won 4 last year, the Eagles who won 9 last year, and this year they're going, oh, the Cowboys win 10, Giants win 7, Eagles win 9.5. I mean, and then they've got Washington football team, and can we just call them I don't even fucking know what their name is anymore.
The Red Army, the Commies, Commanders.
The Commies, the Commodore. This is the Admiral.
The Commanders. Call them
Commanders.
Their preferred nickname is the Commies for short, I'm sure.
Are they Commanders?
That's the name.
Oh.
This
they'll always be the football team to me.
That 1 year, 2 years we had. Never
2
forget.
years. The 2-year run was really good. So WFT, I have it written down. They won 7 last year. They're looking at 8 this year. Honest across. Overs -110. Unders -110. I got. They do have Carson Wentz last. See, they had Taylor Heineke last year, and now they have Carson Wentz, and Vegas says that gets you 1 game.
They're an enigma to me as well. They look so good some weeks and so like feisty and competitive and gritty with like the classic Ron Rivera team. And some weeks they look so bad.
I know, but the organization is so rotten. Like they should take that shit away from Dan Snyder. And they're kind of half-ass doing it. Like they've given it to his wife or something, but they're still married. And it's like you just need to know that like they all lose it. The whole family loses it. Like he can't be there. He was lying about revenue to other owners on top of all the other horrendous cancelable shit they've done over the years. It's time for the Washington Commodore football team. I mean, I have nothing. No. Carson Wentz is their saving grace. Our knight in shining armor has arrived. Carson Wentz. I feel like an under. I'm going to actually take an under there, just to be on the right side of history.
Okay. Inaugural Commander season goes over thanks to New Orleans podcast host William Gunn.
The NFC North, lame as fuck. Detroit. We love Dan Campbell though.
Yeah, we love Detroit.
Oh man, Detroit's kind of like a little pet fun favorite team. Well, and I liked betting on Detroit last year, and boy, I won't be doing that this year in the Cappers Challenge. Detroit won 3 games last year.
They were also the most profitable team against the spread.
Yeah, and because they lost so many games by so few,
and they got like 16-point spreads every other week.
Right. Well, Vegas isn't going to be so kind because Vegas has them making a huge leap this year from 3 to 6.5. They got that guy that keeps the journals and all that they drafted. What's his name? The nice clean cut kid from Michigan. He wrote like his fucking
Hutchinson.
He wrote emo lyrics on the inside of his suit at the dash. Hutchinson. And then they've got, of course, the most unhappy wide receiver to ever be drafted by the Detroit Lions. And that's quite a crown to wear. There's been a lot of dudes that were
That's a
wide receivers that got
prestigious
drafted by the
list.
Lions. Yeah, there's a lot of good receivers on that list. Jamison Williams, it'll be hard to be the best, but he'll be up there. They think our Dan Campbell's the over 6.5 for Detroit is -120. The under is +100. They're trying to pull you into that under.
Over. Gotta ride with them.
That's so much, though. It's such a jump. 4 more games.
Yeah, but think about the entertainment value of being a secondary Lions fan all season.
Just rooting for the Lions every week. That's okay. You sold me. Fuck, we're taking a -120. That almost goes against my religion.
On the Lions, yeah.
Green Bay won 13 last year. They're pegged at 11. Honest vig across the way. The overs -110. The unders -110. I don't know. It's so weird. And also, I have to admit, like I met a friend that makes gourmet edibles. Really fantastic cookies and brownies.
What's gourmet about them? The taste or
yeah.
how you feel?
He does a great all of it. Oh, that too. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. Everyone's like a fucking like you're going on a trip every time, even when you have cookie. So, but here we are. What you think about Green Bay? I can't do it. I got nothing
it's
for
11.
it. It's 11. They won 13 last year.
I think they take a. I can't even say that.
No Devontae Adams is big, man. No Devontae Adams is huge.
Yeah, they may be a shift into more like a real run-heavy team. Maybe I don't know. Like
we made some friends with the Green Bay fans last year. I had a really cool Green Bay podcaster on week 1 of last year, and I'll have to talk to him.
Yeah, you get the inside scoop.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy about their Packers up there, as you can imagine. Minnesota, who won 8 last year, looking at 9 this year. Overs -115, unders -105.
This could be a push. They're going to finish 9-8. I think the value's on the over, if anything.
Yeah, I don't even nothing for it. Dalvin Cook still playing?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Chicago Bears, boy, everybody's pretty down on the Bears. They won 6 last year. They think they're going to get to 6.5 this year, with all of their wheeling and dealing. And Justin Fields is quarterback. Overs -120. They're trying to keep you away from betting that over 6.5. Unders even money +100.
Over, and I'll tell you why. The NFC North this year, this is my bold prediction of the season, so everyone get their journals out. The NFC North is going to become the new NFC East. All the teams will kind of middle around 500, and one will get in just by virtue of winning the division, but not by much.
Even Green Bay?
They'll take a step back. Lions and Bears will take a step up. Vikings will take a slight step up to really put the ball right around 500.
Interesting. And you have a Joey Harrington jersey. So
it's all part of my plan.
Yeah, you know this division.
Real blue-blooded NFC North there.
Follow the data. You ready to talk about the most exciting division in football?
AFC
Let's
West,
get ready for the AFC West. AFC West is a real fucking party this year, dude. Let's start with Denver. They got Russell Wilson now. They won 7 last year. Vegas thinks they get 10 this year, or at least DraftKings, where you use promo code BOOT, does. Over is -120. Unders even money +100. Denver 10 wins.
Under. They'll go 9-8.
Even with Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson doesn't do. It makes them better than they were, but not by a huge leap. This isn't like third year in the league, Russell Wilson. He's old. He's often injured. I don't think he fits into that
they got to play all those other
environment
tough.
well.
They got to play all those other tough AFC West teams like
Yeah,
the Los Angeles Chargers, who won 9 games last year.
to win nothing. They're just they drive me crazy because they get so hyped up and they have all these games that are looking awesome for about 98% of the game, and they melt.
They're the most poorly game managed team in the league last year, and that's
Yeah.
hard to do because they had that guy in Houston.
Well, they have
Yeah,
even the coach before was bad, and then the new kid's
yeah,
bad. They need
yeah.
to legitimately hire like a programmable robot to tell them
Right.
when to call
They need
timeouts.
some type of algorithm to manage the game for them.
Yeah, this is beyond the realm of human control at this point.
They are looking at 10 wins.
Under,
Uh,
under, under.
well, it's plus 105, right up your alley.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, here comes the KC hate. I guess Tyreek Hill took a win and a half with him. I guess for is it like every human that Andy Reid's son kills the week of a Super Bowl, they lose a.
We lose
They
a
were at 12.
receiver.
They're at 12 last year. They're at 12 last year. They're at 10 and a half this year. 12 real wins last year, 10 and a half hypothetical ones this year. Straight line, -110 on the over and the under.
Nothing for me.
Fuck them.
I don't. They're so
They'll probably
unpredictable
get 10
now.
wins. They'll probably get 10 wins and make the playoffs.
And there's going to be 2 teams in that division that make the playoffs, not 3.
This is the
And
time of the Behind the Music episode on VH1 where the hero of the story goes and like Mahomes has some kind of scandal. His brother or TikTok or something. Something
yeah,
really important.
that is a dynamite factory just waiting for a spark. That whole situation. It's a house of cards.
He's not going to make it through the whole season.
He's a goner. Rip Patrick Mahomes.
Something's going to happen. You're talking about Patrick? I'm talking about Jackson.
The whole thing. This is ready to burst.
You
got the wife who just drives him nuts, and there's videos of it, who's annoying and gets all this hate online. And you have the brother who is, I'm not even going to go into it with him, but more negative attention.
Somehow less likable than the wife.
Right. Yeah. Impressively bad.
Yeah. And then the unlikable wife and the unlikable brother are a team.
Yeah. They like form a super duo.
They tag team.
What was the Justice League Wonder
They're like
Twins?
the fucking they're like the Rock and Roll Express.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have enough entertainment just watching KC without any stakes on them. You know what I mean? Like I can see us putting money on Detroit. that horrible -120 over 6.5, and really just that's gonna be the best money ever spent. But like KC, I can't watching them go down or go up. Either way, I don't need to have money on that to appreciate that.
They're not aesthetically pleasing to watch to me.
Not if you're betting Mahomes overs a lot of times. I mean, it's like, they'll get it's going to be fun. The prop show is going to be so much fun. I can't wait when the whole world is doing NFL props around us. You're going to have like 10 more states than were fucking with gambling last time,
Propping off.
Oh, just propping same game NFL parlays like assholes.
14 legs.
14 legs, a quarter of a unit.
Use all 5 of my units every week in a competition at an 8-leg same game.
I love it. You should.
One's got to hit and just make up my money for the whole season.
Yeah. That's how it works. Las Vegas, speaking of Vegas, they won 10 games last year. They're projected at 8.5 this year. Overs -120. Under is plus 100. They feel like they're like on deck after football team. After Goodell gets done with Goodell's got like a hit list. He's got like Deshaun Watson, then he's gonna have to fuck with Dan Snyder again, and I feel like he's gonna have to fuck with Al Davis's son here pretty soon, and like all of the ghosts of all the people that Al Davis's son ran off that were like good Al Davis people, they're all gone because he's apparently a fucking maniac.
I mean, Just look at him once, you can probably guess that.
Yes. He's a fucking serial killer. He's like, oh, we're going to Vegas. I can put more bodies in the desert. And Mark Davis is scary, dude. I'm not betting on them fucking Raiders either way. AFC South. AFC South is a lot of fun. You got some shitty teams in the AFC South, man. Jacksonville, who won 3 games. Jacksonville, worst road trip possible. I'm glad you flew in there. You're like week 1 on a lark.
I was just
Hurricane
determined.
Ida took advantage of that and was like, yeah, instead of coming to New Orleans, which you plan to do, you just continued on to Jacksonville.
Yeah, don't recommend it to many.
Well, that was an L for Jacksonville last year. The wins were few and far between. They won 3. The world thinks this Khan run enterprise is going to win 6 this year. The over on that, they're trying to pull you into that over at plus 120. And the under, boy, they got under is just plus 100 even odds too. They're trying to get us into some swamp witch, man.
Under, but they have some. But I'll say they have 2 marquee, like very big upsets, but they still go under the total.
They had that upset of the fucking Colts last year. That was fun.
Right.
God, that was fun.
They'll win week 1. That's what they'll do, and they'll go.
Oh yeah,
Fuck,
they
I
come
shouldn't
out.
take the
They're
under.
like, we don't have Urban Meyer this year. We're gonna win week 1,
and they'll lose 14 in a row or something.
Oh, well, that wouldn't get them to 6. You think that even money under's worth a gander?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. I like betting under 6 on Jacksonville. This next team, man, this is the team. I mean, there's a couple shitty teams in the AFC South. There's a couple teams that I respect in the AFC South. The Colts, who won 9 games last year and infamously lost that 10th one, which was against Jacksonville, which was just peak Carson Wentz, has rid themselves of Carson Wentz, and they've replaced him with Matt Ryan. They've got a fantastic running game. They've got a fantastic defense. By all accounts, they're a pretty healthy team, and they've got Matt Ryan coming in. And I'm not saying he's going to like light the world on fire, but boy, somehow now that he's no longer a fail bird, I am rooting for that guy. And he has to be at least a half game better for you than Carson Wentz. I like Colts over 9.5 so much that I'll take it at a juiced up minus 130. The under's plus 110.
Yeah, I would go over 2. You think Matt Ryan takes him to like that next level, AFC
Yeah.
West caliber?
Yeah, I think he's not going to like have a panic fucking attack during the game like Carson Wentz. He's not going to have an existential crisis. He's not going to break. He's lived and had 16 years in Atlanta. Poor guy. And he fucking lost the Super Bowl in a really embarrassing way. I got him. He's worth more than half a game.
Big Matt Ryan fan. I do like Matt Ryan now that I think about it. If you separate him from the Falcons jersey, I like him.
Yeah. I do too.
Seems like a nice guy.
Seems like a nice enough guy. I heard him on somebody's podcast, Rosillo or Pardon My Take or some shit. And he broke down the timeline of Atlanta told him they were pursuing Deshaun Watson. And he was like, well, okay. Sorry. Mommy and daddy aren't going to live together anymore, kids. Matt Ryan's leaving Atlanta. You know what I mean? And he went out and fucking made it happen. And I think, if I'm a free agent quarterback last year, that's where I'm going.
Oh, yeah. All the pieces around you, just missing the quarterback for the most part.
I think the Colts have a real opportunity in the AFC. I think you're going to see Bills. I think you're going to see Colts. Vegas clearly thinks Tennessee, who was the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs last year with their 12 wins and their tiebreakers. Fuck it. Yeah, they had a tiebreaker with KC. They are looking at 9. And the over 9 is plus 100. And the under is Victor minus 120. I was a Tennessee bandwagoner all year last year, and their 12 wins made me money on this very bet last year. I think they got 9 in them. They still have Derrick Henry. They still have Ryan Tannehill in a weird, unnecessarily dysfunctional, things have been said way. They lost AJ Brown, but AJ Brown was gone half the fucking year last year anyway. Didn't matter. I think the Titans have got over 9 wins in them. If anything, they're going to push, and that's an even money bet. What you think?
Implosion year for them. Total breakdown. Mike Vrabel's last year. It's done.
You think
Tannehill's
of
gone.
Vrabel? You think of Vrabel coach team's going to implode, huh?
I think he gets away
Interesting,
from
dude.
him finally. 5 wins, 4 wins, 6 wins, something like
And
that.
you should be into that juiced up under, right?
Yep.
The fucking Texans, the Texas Texans, the Texany Texans of Texas, who play in Houston. 4 wins last year, 4.5 this year is the number. Over is plus 100, under 4.5 is minus 120. I think Davis Mills has a chance. I still don't think that they've had enough. Like, they still are missing. There's such a gap of talent at that team. They just got run ragged by that fucking coach. I don't want it. I don't want any part of it.
Taking the under over.
You think they're gonna get it with Davis Mills?
Yeah, they had something brewing towards the end of the year when he got in a rhythm. They were pretty competitive in a lot of the games. They had some blowouts too, but I think they are better than they look on paper. And I'll take the chance at the over there. It's 4.5. Is that what it is?
Yep, 4.5.
Yeah, I'll take that all day. 5
One more
wins.
than last year.
You got it.
AFC East is interesting. We're getting into your neck of the woods. Of course, Buffalo won 11 games last year. They're really high odds on favorites in all of your AFC winning wagers and Super Bowl odds. Yet they're only at 11.5 wins this year. And also Buffalo had a lot of close losses last year. I mean, to expect them to win 12 or more games to me isn't crazy. So this 11.5, the only thing that's really keeping me from pulling the trigger is the minus 140 line at DraftKings on the over. The under is plus 120. Goodness, man. I'm thrown off by that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not touching Buffalo.
You don't think you got it, huh?
I think they probably do, but I just don't have much interest in that bet.
I like rooting for the Bills. Good thing we don't have to play them.
Yeah, that was bad. That was ugly.
New England, you want to talk about teams that are an enigma right now. New England, who kind of in just Belichick fashion won 10 games last year. Mac Jones looked like he might be like what they need. And then when they got down to the money time and the real man playing time at the end of the year, he didn't look like a pro quarterback. You know, it was bizarre the evolution of Matt Jones last year from serviceable, perhaps rising star NFL quarterback to holy shit. This guy looks like he's in over his head. Vegas must think so too. They've got New England, who won 10 games last year at 8.5 this year. The over is minus 115. The under is minus 105. I got nothing for this. Just on pure entertainment value, I think New England is going to be fun as hell to watch. What is year two?
Spoiler
What year
alert,
2 of Mac Jones?
I think it's just because I'm overexposed to Patriots fans. I have negative connotations instantly, subconsciously from Jets, Giants, Patriots. So Under or nothing for me.
Nice. I like that.
Bet with the heart sometimes.
What about these Jets, man?
No,
What
don't even
about
try
these
to convince
Jets?
anyone.
What about these Jets? Okay, so these Jets, they won 4 games last year, right? It was, 4-game season wins, the Jets. This year, they think they're going to win 2 more. 5.5. In fact, this over is the most juiced up over of any offering. Jets over 5.5 is minus 165. I've actually seen them take the Jets and make it like, oh, look at this boost. We boosted the Jets over 5.5 to like even money.
Ugh, no.
You'll be
Trick.
pleased to
It's a
know the
Jedi mind
under
trick.
the under's plus 135 naturally and organically.
Under or nothing for there. Probably nothing because it's so juice on both sides, but they're not good. They didn't do anything again, just like the Giants that made me think they're going to be that much better.
You don't think that fine draft they had, that plenishment they got during the draft is not worth 2 more wins for the Jets?
You have a quarterback who his rookie season missed a lot of time, never really got a chance to connect. Do you think that's going to happen in the offseason? It could be. At the end of the day, it's the New York Jets. They're always going to do what they're going to do, which is just fail. So
Who's their quarterback again?
Zach Wilson.
Oh my goodness. Good Mormon kid. They're so fucking doomed. I got nothing. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Still the same coach as last year.
Yep, Robert Salah.
Salah's a good coach, but bad organization. Dude, this one's intriguing. How about the Miami Dolphins? Them fully loaded Miami Dolphins, huh? I mean, come on, dude.
I realized I'm thinking about this one. I'm like, I want to take the under of this, and I haven't even heard the number. I realized I
That's the spirit,
I
dude.
hate every team that's not the Saints. So it's really hard for you to look at these from an honest lens.
That is the spirit. It's 9 was their total last year. That's what they won. They won 9 last year. And it's 9 on the number this year. The over 9 is plus 105. Under 9 is minus 125. Can I say it as loud and as proud as I possibly can? I want to make sure that I'm heard everywhere. Tua is a fucking joke. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get Tyreek Hill. Doesn't matter who you draft. Doesn't matter if you've already got great tight ends and running game. I don't care. You're seeing like report the Miami defense is like, oh my God. Because they told them to be nice this offseason. Because last offseason he was throwing like 8 picks of fucking practice. And it got out. I've seen what Tua can do on the football field. I wish that number was higher. It just goes to show you that like Vegas is not buying the hype.
Yeah.
I'm not either. No. I really want that number. I want Tua to like do great things during the preseason. This is one I'll probably sit on. And I'll take that under later. But I can't do it now. I can't fuck with it. The team I want to talk about, the team I wish had a number out the most is the forbidden fruit that's not there. And the AFC North, Cleveland doesn't have a line because there's this uncertainty about what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson.
Who's the backup behind him? Because Baker probably
it's this guy named Baker Mayfield.
He won't play though. Wouldn't you be spurned and petty and not want to play?
He's going to pull a fucking Ben Simmons or something.
So behind that, is it Case Keenum? Is he still there?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. Hopefully he gets suspended the second half of the year when the Saints go to Cleveland.
Dude, Deshaun Watson. I hate to say it. because this is so dirty, because he's so bad. He's such a bad human being. It, it, I feel like he's going to put the NFL in a really difficult position next year because I feel like he's going to be playing in very high profile games late in the year. Deshaun Watson.
And they don't want to hype him up too much. And
when the Browns are in the AFC Championship game, that's going to be a problem. Because that's where they're headed, dude. I mean, if he's not, if they don't find a way to keep that motherfucker out the league next year, they're going to be in the AFC Championship game.
Wow, big Browns guy.
I don't mean to be. It's similar to like Indy, but better. And he's not Matt Ryan. He's Deshaun Watson. They don't just have Jonathan Taylor. They have the best 1-2 punch in the league at running back. And then they've got a ridiculous defense. In a tough environment that the team is built to play in. And with Baker Mayfield, they won 8 games last year, and he's a bad quarterback. Fine at Oklahoma, bad in the pros. Not an NFL quarterback.
What kind of line do you think they'll get if Deshaun Watson plays? Like 10.5?
If Deshaun Watson plays, I hope it's 10.5 because I'll be all over the over on that. I think they might win. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, or how many does he miss? Is he going to miss 3 games? Is he going to miss 6 games? Is he going to miss all the games? Is he going to miss no games? You don't know. That's tough. And so I get that it's not out there. Boy, it'd be a real fun lark if it was. But nobody has it. For a reason. It's just insanity. Just throwing a dart at the wall. Rest of the AFC North, still oddly compelling. Pittsburgh, who won 9 games last year. The Druids who make these lines think that that's coming down to 7.5. Overs plus 100, unders minus 120.
I'll go over.
You think Kenny Pickett is going to get him to 8 or more wins?
No, but Mitch Trubisky will.
Okay.
I think Mike Tomlin is just. I don't think he's had a losing season.
He might. Fuck, he might.
He's never had a losing season as a head coach. I don't think.
I don't think he has either.
So I just think him being there.
I think he's going to go. He'd have to go 7-10.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's not just a losing season. That's a hell of a losing season. Even money on the over, dude. I'm in.
Yeah, over.
Give me that. I think you see a lot of 8 and 9 teams. I think you see a lot of 9 and 8 teams. Yeah, and then then a couple 10s.
Last year was like that too. Where every game
like that.
Every week was you got a different team every week.
Just look at the AFC North last year, 10-9, 8-8.
Yeah.
I like that. I like Pittsburgh over 7.5 plus 100. Baltimore, who won 8 games last year, and that's got to be considered a down year for them because they're Baltimore. They had a lot of Lamar Jackson injury time. 8 wins last year, 9.5 is the number this year. The over is juiced up to minus 140, and the under's plus 120. Man, I don't know about that one either.
Yeah, that doesn't seem. I don't like either side.
Because, 9. Ugh.
Unpredictable. I don't know.
Hooked on that one. Sick. Your defending AFC champions, the Cincinnati Bengals, of course, coming to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Much anticipated homecoming for Joe Burrow. Coming off 10 wins at 10-7, got them into the playoffs, and they did the rest. They really caught stride at the end of last year. They looked outmatched in the Super Bowl against the Rams. It was crazy.
Apple looked outmatched in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They're smack dab on 10 again.
You can look at it one of two ways. You could think like the conventional thought here would be regression, like they were lightning in a bottle, going back to Earth, so you go under. But looking at the roster, majority of their producing players last year were younger and are going to be under contract this year. Most important positions, young. Best one of the best receivers in the game now is young, right? So
And the guy that his number 2 is 1 year older than him.
right. So I don't. It's not like one of those like all or nothing years for them. That was the first step in a potentially long line of being in top of the AFC.
Yeah, I don't think these guys. I don't think they don't win 10 games.
Yeah, that seems like a good number, right at 10.
And it's plus 110 to go over 10.
Yeah, go over and hope, and worst comes to worst, you get a push.
Worst comes to worst, you get a push. Just to recap, if you do one thing with your life, go to, if you don't have a DraftKings Sportsbook account yet, go now and get $150 free and put it on the Saints to win over 8 games using promo code BOOT. And then also, I want you to take the Indianapolis Colts over 9.5 wins. I really want you to take the Detroit Lions over 6.5 wins. I think it's safe to take Cincinnati over 10. Pittsburgh even money over 7.5. T believes in the Texans, and why wouldn't he? At even money odds over 4.5. I believe Tennessee's got 9 wins in them, and if they get at least 9 wins, we push at even money. Like I said, Colts are the best value. I really, really think the Colts are going to explode with Matt Ryan, and they're going to win at least 10 games, clearing 9.5. Jacksonville, we're thinking they don't quite make it to 6, and we take that under 6 at even money. T, that's all I got, man.
That's all I got. Say goodnight to all the lovely people.
Good night to all the beautiful people listening. Hey, get at us if you want in that Cappers Challenge. For real. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see. We'll get to see, and we'll all learn something along the way. Hugs, kisses, loves. Bye. Good night. See y'all. Cheers. I guess the cat finally decided to stop walking in